Ladies and gentlemen, what else is new, right? The grass is green and Sony likes 30 FPS gameplay. I might get to that story. Where is it? I got my bubble already, alright? We're gonna talk about it. Dude, all my homies have been through a lot, okay? I know that you stud muffins have been through a lot. Like, all my homies thought that PS5 and Xbox is also in the news, right? So do not try to act gangster, okay? I know that everybody gangsta in 2020, but all my homies been through a lot. We thought that PS5 and Xbox will be the console where we're gonna be able to escape together, and you know what? We're gonna escape 30 FPS, but that is not the case. Like Digital Foundry, they put up a full report together. I'm gonna absolutely go through that, and we're gonna talk about it. But first things first, this is what Sony said. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're an OG. And this is what Sony said a couple of minutes ago. They put up this official cover of the Spider-Man, and they say that a sneak peek at what PS5 games will look like when you see them on the store shelf starting this holiday. And I gotta be honest, it does look pretty fine. I love the blue and the whites of the cover, and of course Spider-Man is like black, green, or not green, red. I'm not colorblind, and I'm not trying to offend anybody either. I just said it like, you know, my exe broke there, but red, blue, white, and black. It does look pretty fine. I like the look of it. And they also shared this, and right here you guys can see it do be looking kind of curvy though. Smash the like button if you agree, but hey, the gameplay matters, not the cover. And in terms of PS5, the design don't matter, even though the design is pretty good and I love the PS5 design, but the hardware matters. The hardware matters, and that's what she said, and that's a fact, right? Smash the like button for her and subscribe if you're brand new. I will keep you stud muffins in the loops, but this is what next gen players said. Expect many games to be 30 FPS next gen for PS5 and Xbox. And I know that some Xbox players will be like, hey man, we're gonna have 12 teraflops, it's gonna be 120 FPS. And I know that some Sony players will be like, hey Skizzle, I know that it's not gonna be 30 FPS. Sony came out and they said 60 FPS. Listen guys, I'm also baffled. A lot of scientists are baffled. Psychologists do not even know what's going on. This is a yikes. This is a major yikes. But this is what Digital Foundry said. And they added extra sauce, guys. They added extra sauce. And they were talking about why PS5 Spider-Man gameplay will be 30 FPS. Meanwhile, they were fully aware. They were fully aware. They are showing the original Spider-Man gameplay run at 60 FPS. And they're like, hey, look how beautiful that looks. 60 FPS. Look. 60 FPS, and they're talking about, look at that, man, look at that, 60 FPS is smooth as butter. And they were talking about like how and why PS5 will be 30 FPS. They put up a full report. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, just gonna read a little bit of it, because if I read the whole thing it's gonna take 2 days. They say that Sony kicked off its PS5 reveal with a short teaser for Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morale, and the evidence suggests that the devs Insomniac is sticking with the 30 FPS performance of the original game, even though the horsepower exists to double the frame rate to 60 FPS. They have the technology. They are very much capable of it, and something's gotta give, dog. Something gotta give. And for now, the only games they are aware of that are gonna be 30 FPS on the PS5 are Horizon, Ratchet and Clank, and Spider-Man. And the vibe that I'm getting is that it's only gonna be 30 FPS in terms of 4K. Like if you want a game at like 4K, it's gonna be 30 FPS. But I do know that I personally have a 1080p monitor, right? And I do have a PS4 Pro, and I cannot turn on PS like 4K settings. And my monitor is also not HDR, so every time I try to turn HDR on, it says that, hey man, your monitor cannot do HDR. I am aware of that, so I'm gonna be applying the same idea, same logic here. What if I know that a lot of my homies do not have like a 4K monitor, like some people also do not have a 4K TV. Let's say you got a 1080p monitor or a 1080p TV and you have a PS5. What's gonna happen then? Like all of a sudden, like boom, you're gonna be able to play a 4K. I know that that's not possible, right? Like because if your PC or your PC monitor or your TV doesn't allow you to play at 4K, then what, right? Like all of a sudden, is it gonna scale down to 1080p? Like how if your monitor doesn't support HDR, it's like, hey, you cannot use HDR. Is it gonna be like that? And if so, if you're playing at 1080p, does that mean that you're gonna be playing at 60 FPS and not like 30 FPS? Something's gotta give. We need the answers, right? Because I know that a lot of people would use 1080p 60 FPS rather than 4K and 30 FPS, and a lot of people will use 4K and 30 FPS. I think the easy solution to this is that, hey, give us the option for PS5, Xbox in the settings where we can turn on a thing that that allows us to prioritize FPS over resolution, or resolution over FPS. Like, I would be more than happy to play a game like at 1080p 90 FPS rather than like 4K 30 FPS, or 14 by 1414p 1440p at 60 FPS rather than 1080p and 60 FPS. I would prefer that because it would look crisp and it would be it would be running like butter as well. So I man, 4K 30 FPS, I don't feel it, guys. I don't feel it. We thought that I really did think that we're gonna be escaping the 30 FPS, but ladies and gentlemen, we're back to square one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I will keep all of you stud muffins in the loops. Click on any of the video on the screen and I will see you right there. Stud muffin out.